Hello, and welcome to another Chronicle Chamber review. Today we'll be reviewing an action figure. It's the NECA, Defenders of the Earth, the Phantom. And it's a 7-inch scale action figure, and it has been widely anticipated for a long time. It was in the New York Toy Fair 2020 where NECA first debuted this line, and as we all know, we've waited for a long time for Phantom action figure collectibles. And with Boss Fight announcing few months prior to this very surprise announcement that NECA had, it's the best time to be a Phantom action figure collector. So anyway, we'll start this off, but if you've seen already an unboxing by Dan and also some things about the QC issues that this figure is notorious for, rather the whole line of Defenders of the Earth from NECA is notorious for, highly recommend you check those videos out before you see this full review, because there are certain things that we won't be really talking about in this review, because we'll be doing this review in terms of the potential of this figure more so than how it actually is done, because there are lots of QC issues. Nothing about the looks, it's only about the quality control issues of the frozen joints and everything. So that's just a disclaimer I want to say. And for that, I will also tell you, if you check out the videos that we have already posted before this of how to, the tips and tricks of unfreezing the joints and making them work, I will be using the Phantom, which I've already cleaned up for joints. That is why every movement and everything will be very smooth in this review. So that's just something I want to be clear out from the beginning. Anyway, first we take a look at the packaging. It's a standard window box packaging, and it shows the figure off really beautifully, all the details, everything. Some accessories can't be seen, and there is an art work of the Phantom itself from the movie. As you can see, the TV show. As you can see, it's the Defenders of the Earth Phantom. So you don't see the classic trunks and all, and neither do you see any guns. It has, if you see, there is Zuffy, who was also from a character from the show. The back of the package has all the credits of all those people who were involved in this. And one thing I would like to point out is this body is the NECA buck body, as they call it, and it is done by Mr. George Djokovic. I hope I'm spelling the name correctly. So Mr. George Djokovic is responsible for the sculpts. He's also done the art, if I'm not mistaken. And what I remember, this buck body was very popular when it first debuted with the NECA's those exclusive lines that they had of DC figures with the Alien Predator crossovers, those comics which they brought out. So you had like a Superman alien and all of that. So this is the very same body, and this body is shared even with minor modifications with Flash Gordon as well as Ming. So yeah, let's get to it. So here's the figure out of the main window box package. You can see it's the figure of the Phantom. It has two blast effects, one slightly longer than the other, probably, one laser gun, and a Zuffy as an accessory. The character, as you know, and he's even holding the shard, which has got, I think, Dale Arden's life signature. So practically there are three characters in this one package, yeah. And two extra hands for posing. And first we'll take a look at the Phantom. Now, as you can see, the Phantom is like this. This is exactly how I'd want him. This is I prefer the 7-inch scales and 6-inch scales figures, because they are the most standard, for superhero style figures. And to be honest, I do look forward to the Boss Fight figures, but they are in a 4-inch scale, which is a little weird for me. And because of that, I really look forward to this figure, irrespective of all its faults with joints and everything. This figure absolutely looks brilliant. I mean, the main thing, like, I was the bug body that I was talking about. If you look at it carefully, like, It's very very detailed. Like it's got that superhero proportions, like spot on. And my God, is he ripped? A little too ripped maybe, but look at that head sculpt. It's fantastic. It's the classic Phantom look with the domino mask and everything, the cowl. And there is it's really good paint also, if I may add, because you can see the highlights on every muscle. So it's like a dry brush effect on to give that, the shadowing and everything, which does tell me that there are certain things I don't like about this. Is another quality control issue. Like the joints here, like here, see you can see it's painted purple. Like, I would have much preferred it to be in the skin flesh tone. Same here, like the joints, like the boots here, it should be black. They did paint it black, but it's kind of faded off again. And yeah, so yeah, that this is, it looks as a sculpt, it's like you can't fault it. Some people might be turned off by the excessive muscles, but it is what it is, and I think it's really great. Now we come to the accessories. Now the accessories that this figure comes with are basically two blasts for the gun. So these attach to the gun here. So you have a smaller variant and also a longer one for pretty nifty. And then you have a blast effect for the ring. Now those who remember the show, the Phantom could like even blast out laser from his skull ring. A little absurd in my opinion, but yeah, that's how it was. So yeah, it fits in with this alternate hand. Now these alternate hands are on the right hands basically. Shouldn't be a problem. Like you just pull the existing one off. Tight fit, but yeah. And yeah, you just slot this one right in, and guess what, it stays, it holds very well. So yeah, similarly with the gun gripping hand, tight, just have to be slowly just pull these in. You can see already the paint is scraping from this. See? This is what I say, like NECA's quality control, Jesus Christ. This was a little easier. I'm like already worried, like if pushing the gun inside his hands might chip some paint here. I hope the hands are not even purple. Okay, much better. So yeah, let's pose him with this. Yeah, accessories do stain pretty well. Yeah, and the last but not the least is Zafi. Now this is something cool. Now those who have seen the cartoon remember Zafi was that friend of Flash Gordon's son, like, and this crystal that he's carried Flash's wife's, I think, life essence or something like that, which they put in their supercomputer. And the fun, oh, this is nice. Zafi's hands and legs are actually articulated. Wow. Oh yeah, the legs, I guess, are on a ball joint. Yeah, the hands have a hinge and swivel. Oh, the tail is articulated. Is the head articulated? Oh, it is. So Zafi is actually like a articulated figure. That's cool. It's really cool. That's nice. So yeah. Now talking about articulation, I just want to point out what the articulation schematic is on the Phantom. Now his head is on a ball joint, so it moves up, down, full up downwards. He's got ball hinges for his shoulders, and he's got like a bicep cut, and he's got double jointed elbows, and of course he's got an ab crunch, goes that far. He's got a waist swivel, is also pretty good. Then he's got his legs move outwards, it's like on a hinge, and forward, and not too backward because it's hindered by this plastic piece. He's got double jointed legs, so they will go. Just have to be gentle with them after all that hot water thing that I did. Yeah. Then he's got a boot cut. Sorry. And he's got ankle rockers, so his ankle can move sideways for support as well as up and down. And he's got little toe articulation. So yeah, all in all, with all the horrors of the quality control and the joints freezing up and all, he's a really pretty figure. That I will absolutely admit. He's really a pretty figure. So if you can get him out and give him the hot water treatment and everything, the potential on this figure is phenomenal. And personally, I have bought another of his, so that I can customize him into the more classic. I'll just repaint this and add guns and holsters here, maybe. That's the plan I have. I don't know whether how much of it will come to fruition, but that's the plan I have. But also for those who are hoping that there is some news that NECA did say, like Randy Falk, who's the main guy of NECA, he did mention on Twitter that they have the whole license and they are looking into making the classic version of the Phantom 2, maybe a little bit of retooling of this figure itself. So, and they were just looking at what the sales are going to be, and as far as I know and I've seen so far, the sales on this series is mainly been for the Phantom. Like, there is a scramble among fans and buyers to get this figure. So like, Phantom is selling out than all the other figures in the wave so far. So that's good news for all the other fans. And so yeah, hopefully this will make you want to own a piece of such history, because the Phantom hasn't had too many collectibles in action figure format for a long time, and now that we do have like a barrage of this, like with this NECA and then boss fight coming soon, this is a great time to come and join in the fun. So yeah, thank you. Happy Phantoming.